cultural troops, Morom Raso Mano Karaguna Halagrubule Janaidiase. We are proud to announce the arrival of our chief guest, Sri Yogendra Garg, IRS, the Chief Commissioner of Central GST and Customs, Guwahati Zone. We also have our honored guest, Sri Karunagar Das, the Chief General Manager and Head of NTPC Bongai Gaon. Our chief guest and our honored guests are accompanied by this afternoon's host, Sri Damjan Imna Along, our Honorable Minister for Tribal Affairs and Higher Education, Government of Nagaland. We are also pleased to be joined by the festival host, Sri HKOV Yeptomi, the Advisor for Tourism, Art and Culture, Government of Nagaland. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Have we lost our voices? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you once again on behalf of the Department of Art and Culture, Government of Nagaland and Department of Tourism, Government of Nagaland for joining us for the afternoon session of the cultural program themed Cultural Connect. This afternoon, we are very pleased to have as our chief guest, Sri Yogendra Garg, IRS, the Chief Commissioner of Central GST and Customs, Guwahati Zone. We also have in our midst our honored guest, Sri Karunagar Das, the Chief General Manager and Head of NTPC Bongai Gaon here. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin with our cultural show this afternoon, we would like to take this time to felicitate, firstly, our chief guest, Sri Yogendra Garg, IRS, the Chief Commissioner of Central GST and Customs, Guwahati Zone. So please, so we request you to kindly stand. Thank you, sir. I request our host this afternoon, the Minister for Tribal Affairs and Higher Education, Government of Nagaland, Sri Damjan Imna Along, to do the honors on behalf of the people of Nagaland. Our chief guest is presented with a traditional headgear of the Nagas, a shawl, a spear, and lastly, a traditional Naga dao. Thank you, sir. We also have, as our honored guest, the Chief General Manager and Head of NTPC Bongai Kaum, Sri Karunagar Das, here in our midst. At this point of time, I request our honored guest to please rise. Thank you, sir. I request our festival host, the Advisor for Tourism, Art and Culture, Government of Nagaland, Sri H.K.O.B. Yaptomi, to do the honors. He is presented with a Naga sash and a photo frame commemorating the Hornbill Festival 2022. Thank you, sirs. It is indeed a pleasure to have both our chief guests, our honored guests, and of course, our host here this afternoon. I hope you will enjoy what's in store for you this afternoon. A wonderful array of performances by our cultural troops here at Kisama Heritage Village, Kohima, Nagaland. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, we are also pleased to say that our chief guest, Sri Yogendra Garg, is accompanied by his lady wife. At this point of time, we would also like to felicitate her. Ma'am, please. We request our festival host, on behalf of the government and the people of Nagaland, to felicitate the lady wife of our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to take the honor at this very moment to introduce to you our enthusiastic, vibrant, and amazing cultural troops who have been here from day one. Cultural troops, are you ready? Kola Sapa Kribi, Aro Moina Matyadamni. Morombra Nijor la Jagadeutina, respond Griwule, request Griese. First, we have the Angami cultural troupe from Kisama village, representing the Angami Naga tribe of Nagaland. Introduce Griwule Karniesi Dudo, performance Karni Nohoi. Hala Griwule, request Griese. Next, we have the Culture Club Kansa from Mogokchung district, representing the Ao Naga tribe of Nagaland. The Middle Komi Village Cultural Troupe, representing the Chakisangs in Nagaland. The Cultural Club Lotha from Woka District, representing the Lotha Naga tribe in Nagaland. The Waziho Village Cultural Troupe, representing the Pochury Nagas in Nagaland. The Kandi Range Cultural Troupe, representing the Rengma Nagas in Nagaland. The Aichi Sakumi Cultural Troupe, representing the Sumi Naga tribe in Nagaland. The Jenny Lulu Cultural Troupe from Jaluki, representing the Zeliangs in Nagaland. The Garo Cultural Troupe from Ikranipatar village, representing the Garos in Nagaland. The Dimasa Kachari Cultural Troupe, representing the Kacharis in Nagaland. The Kuki Cultural Troupe from New Chalcot, Perin, representing the Kukis in Nagaland. The Angami Cultural Troupe from Kikwiwa Village, Kohima, representing the Angamis in Nagaland. The Mind Blowers Club from Dimapur, representing the Ao Naga tribe. The Lotha Yachumaro Cultural Troupe from Kohima, representing the Lothas. And finally, for today, we have the Ethnic Performing Art Dimapur, representing the Sumi tribe in Nagaland. Can we all give a round of applause for all the cultural troops? Thank you.
This afternoon, our first performers are from Kisama village, representing the Angami tribe of Nagaland. Today, the Angami tribe of Nagaland from Kisama village will demonstrate for you a traditional game called Tulo.
Hello. Hello.
This traditional game of the Angami tribe of Nagaland is played using a commonly found seed from the plant Entada redi. This seed in the local dialect is known as Tulo. Thus, this traditional game is called Tulo. Usually, two types of games are played using this seed. One, Rapo and Tulova. As you can see, two games are being played simultaneously. The Rapo is played individually or in groups. If they play in groups, they are divided into parties. The objective of the game is to use any part of the body, be it the forehead, the eyes, the hands, the fingers, the knees, or even the ankles. Placing the seed on any part, they would try to hit the seed that is on the floor. Another game that you can see that is being played with a lot of seeds is Tulo Ba. It is played in groups. In this game, a number of these beans is arranged in a straight line with two pieces of tulo placed over each other. A line is demarcated. Usually, this line is about 3 to 4 meters. The shooters will try to bring the seats that are in line down from how they are arranged. This continues till none of the tulos are in line. Let me remind you that these traditional games which you are witnessing are only played by the women folk. The main purpose of this game is to celebrate sisterhood among the Angami tribe of Nagaland. The games are usually accompanied by songs. Usually, most of these indigenous games are seasonal. Also, while playing such indigenous games as the Tulo, many taboos and rituals are performed. For instance, this game is played continuously till the eldest man of the village performs a ritual, which marks the beginning of sowing season. The beginning of sowing season is usually in the month of February. It is said that this traditional game of the Angami Nagas is played between December to February. Each player is allowed to take hits at the line of seeds, turn by turn. The games end when all the tulo are taken down from the line. Also, the game continues until the eldest man of the village performs a ritual called Daboe that marks the beginning of the sowing season. According to this ritual, usually the eldest man in the village goes to the fields. He selects an area of about 30 centimeters in diameter and sows a seed in the selected area. From that day onwards, almost all the traditional games are closed and it's time to work in the fields. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a performance of a traditional game called Tulo by the Kisama village cultural troupe representing the Angami tribe of Nagaland.
The next cultural troupe to present will be the Kuki cultural troupe from New Chalcot. They will present to us a popular folk song of the Kukis called Lechong Hoi La. This is a song originated from their folklore, a folklore of Lechong Hoi and Kalvombo. Lenchong Hoi is a lady and Kalvombo is a man. Kalvombo was a supernatural human being who could easily cross the river. While Lenchong Hoi's 7 brothers had gone out for work, Kalvombo, the supernatural being, in the absence of the brothers, took away Lenchong Hoi. While returning home after work and not finding their sister at home, the 7 brothers came running in search of their sister. From a distance, they saw Kalvombo, the supernatural human, carrying their sister in his arm, crossing the river in the midst of strong water currents. Kalvombo, being a supernatural human being, could easily cross the river, whereas the 7 human brothers of Lenchong Hoi couldn't do so. As the time rolled on, when a bridge was built upon this river, it came to be known as Lenchong Hoi Le, a symbolic of the place where the 7 brothers missed the chance of recapturing their beloved sister from the clutch of an extraordinary man, a supernatural human named Kalvombo. So this is how the song Lenchong Hoi La originated and became a popular folk song of the Kukis in general. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kuki cultural troupe from New Chalcot, Beren. That was the Kuki cultural troupe from New Chalco, ladies and gentlemen, with their folklore song, Len Chong Hoi La.
Representing the Jakisang tribe of Nagaland, we welcome now our next performers from Middle Kwami village. Nagas are farmers. Usually, Nagaland is associated with shifting cultivation, which is called June cultivation. However, there are many pockets in Nagaland which also practice various other agricultural systems, such as the Jakasang tribe of Nagaland. Passed down from generation to generation, terrace cultivation remains one of the most integral part of the Jakasang community. Usually, in the terrace cultivation, paddy forms an integral part. The communities would help each other during the cultivation, be it sowing or harvesting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the paddy harvesting folk song called Ruche Chele by the Jakasang tribe of Naga. As you can see, paddy has just been harvested. They are being carried by the communities, usually the women. The men have come to the fields to help in the process of threshing the rice. Rice is a staple food of the Nagas. While working in the fields, be it harvesting, threshing, or winnowing, etc., people would come together. The communities would understand each other and sing songs together. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jakasang tribe of Nagaland are currently threshing the rice. The men and the women folk would gather and thresh the rice with their feet. While working, they would sing this harvesting folk song called Ruche Chele. After a very tiring day at work, the people would rest, eat, feast. After the threshing of the rice is complete, the women and the men folk will now begin winnowing the rice. This process helps in separating the seeds from its cover. In a special basket, the seeds or the rice would be put in. Then the men would drop it on the floor and the process of winnowing begins. Usually, this basket is used for calculating the amount of rice that has been harvested. At most times, the peer groups would work in other fields on rotation basis. This is done till the whole cycle is complete. winnowing has just been completed. The harvest is blessed. It's now time to gather. The men would help in the process of collecting their harvest. Work for the day is done. The community has successfully threshed the rice, winnowed them, and gathered the rice. The husk is also gathered. After all work is done, it's now time to play. Ladies and gentlemen, the Middle Komi Village Cultural Troupe, representing the Jaksang tribe of Nagaland, will now take their time to showcase their traditional wrestling called Kunu. This is the first match. All work has been done for the day. Now the games begin. Two players go against each other. They would hold each other from the waist and try to take their opponent down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. We shall witness another bout. A sash is tied around the waist. The players, let me remind you, will hold their opponent from the waist, that is the sash. This game is very popular in Nagaland, especially among the Jaksang tribe of Nagaland. And we have another winner. Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is now open for any challenger. Also, before you try, we have just one condition. In the traditional Jaksang style, You are requested to come and take part, but you have to take off your shirt. Anyone? We don't have an opponent for the baby. Do we have anyone interested? Do we have anyone interested to try this? We have, after this bout, we have a challenger. Thank you, sir. I request you to get ready. You have to take off your shirt. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the third bout. Great bout. But then we have a special guest. Sir, Moromra rules kan brief kuridibi. Also, after this bout, I kindly request our guest here to introduce himself and his country of origin. Thank you, sir. We have two more challenges. Before we start with the second bout, I kindly request our participant to introduce himself, his name and country of origin.
I'm Alex from Chile.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. A big round of applause.
Hello, I'm Val from France. Thank you.
A last challenger.
I'm Dev from Kolkata, India itself.
Thank you. Are you all enjoying it? Can we hear it one more time? Are you all enjoying it? On special request, we have another guest, Jakisang Cultural Troupe. We have a special guest. He will be challenging. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a big round of applause for our next challenger?
I'm Diwakar Misra from Bogaigaon, NTPC, Assam.
Ladies and gentlemen, our challenger is actually accompanying our honored guest. Thank you, sir. Can we give a big round of applause for all our challengers and also the Jakisang Cultural Troupe? Before we end, we have a surprise for you. The Jakisang Cultural Troupe have never ceased to amaze the people. At this point of time, I got a very special request, or rather a challenge, by the Middle Komi Village Cultural Troupe. They want to challenge the Garo Cultural Troupe. Not just Garo Cultural Troupe, but the leader. Let me introduce the leader of the Garo Cultural Troupe. He's Zento Sangma, and he has just been challenged by the Jaksang tribe of Nagaland. Ladies and gentlemen, our popular troop leader, Zento Sangma, representing the Garos. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last bout of the wrestling by the Jaksang tribe of Nagaland. This wrestling in the local dialect is called Kunna. Let's hear it one more time. Is it the Jaksangs or is it the Garos? Ladies and gentlemen, the match that you have been waiting for, the leader of the Garos and his opponent, the favorite from the Jaksang tribe of Nagaland. Here we go. Can we cheer for him? Away! Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our Garo troops. Also, a bigger round of applause for the Middle Komi village cultural troupe representing the Jaksang tribe of Nagaland with their two performances. First, Ruchi Chele, a folk song of harvesting, followed by the demonstration of their traditional game. A big round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, This is the traditional way of the Chagisangs as they return from their fields.
Both the men and the women folk would share the load. They would take back the harvest from the fields to their homes. The Naga society is very community-centric. As such, working in the fields require people to come and work together. They would work, they would have fun, and also, while returning back home, they would return together as a very, very tight-knit community. Being a hilly state, the terrains are treacherous. It takes a toll on your body. Usually, to keep them away from thinking about the pain that they have endured, they would sing songs till they reach their destination safely. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for our performers from Middle Komi village, representing the Chaksang tribe of Nagaland.
Inspired by the indigenous game called Duck of War and the fish, also the sounds of the birds and the insects. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mind Blowers Club Dimapur, representing the Naga tribe of Nagaland, will now present to us a folk dance called Angu Aser Ar Zungsang. Angu in our dialect means fish, And R means the duck of war, the rope that we use for duck of war. This is a song usually done by the young children, imitating the fish. During festivals, the young children sing and dance, imitating how fish swims in the rivers by making sounds and moves from their feet. They also imitate various creatures, sounds of various creatures, like the birds and the insects. This fish and rope dance is also a part of the festival where men versus women usually play the duck of war game. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Mind Blowers Club from Dimapur, representing the Ao Naga tribe of Nagaland with their Angu Asar Arts and Song. Anonchu Kuliwa Dondewa is a traditional game of the Rengma Naga tribe of Nagaland played by the men folk. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now have in the performing arena the Rengma cultural troupe. In the forefathers' time, and since there was no education during those days, the men folk, with full of jubilant, gathered together and played games under the full moon. This game is a type of wrestling where everyone tried to pull off the first person, and since it was the game of strength, the men folk with the stronger one will be sitting in the front, whereas the last person comes forward and asks the permission from the first person. The game continues until they are able to pull off the first person. Ladies and gentlemen, Anoncho Kulewa, a traditional game of the Rengma Naga tribe.
Mais, moi je vois non, moi quand on dit je ne en quitte blanc mais qui peut je ne ga. Oh, wa, ça qui allait.
The game will continue until they are able to pull off the first person who is holding the bull. And it's done. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kanti Range Cultural Troupe representing the Rengma Nagas in Nagaland.
Performing for you next, we have Cultural Club Lotha from Woka, representing the Lotha tribe of Nagaland. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a skit which is brought to you by the Cultural Club Lotha, representing the Lotha tribe of Nagaland. This is called Tungro Hono. The lady in black is the wild cat, whereas the women folk represents the chickens. Like a traditional game, this Tungro Hono is played, or rather displayed, by the Lotha tribe. Right in front of the chicken, we have the mother or the hen. She tries to protect her chicks from being attacked by the wild cat. Chicken forms an integral part of the Naga culture. It is believed that during the ancient times, the wild animals would come and attack them. In this scene, we see the wild cat being represented by the lady in black. She would try to take the chicks away from the hen. Ladies and gentlemen, the wildcat has acquired a taste for chicken. Many games are played by the Nagas. This is a depiction of the cockfight. Ladies and gentlemen, with their performance of Zungro Hono, the cultural club Lotha from Woka, representing the Lotha tribe of Nagaland. Performing for you next, entering from the right of the arena, we have the Pochury cultural troupe from Kohima, representing the Pochury tribe of Nagaland. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a folk dance of the Pochury tribe of Nagaland. This dance is called Shoji So. Unlike many of the dances, this particular dance is performed both by the young and the old alike, be it the men or the women folk of the Pochury tribe of Nagaland. The dancers are all holding on to each other. Ladies and gentlemen, the Soji So, a folk dance, or rather, a unity dance of the Pochury tribe of Nagaland, being performed for you by the Pochury cultural troupe Kohima. This dance signifies their victory over the evil. To rejoice, they thump and jump and sing joyfully.
to be singing together with dancing is not easy.
The varied dances of the Pochury tribe of Nagaland signifies the unity among the Pochury tribe in Nagaland. The holding hands, the balances using their feet all signify unity. Trust and unity. The unity dance, or the Shoji So, which was just performed for you by the Pochury cultural troupe from Kohima, representing the Pochury tribe of Nagaland.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sumi cultural troupe will now present to you Licholi. Entering the performing arena, we have the Aichi Sakimi cultural troupe representing the Sumi Naga tribe of Nagaland, with their song, a folk song called Lechole. This song was sung when a young man and a young woman were betrothed to each other, but were unable to get married, though they still loved each other. So ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to a heartbreaking folk song called Lechole by the Aichi Sakimi cultural troupe.
Oi, 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 oi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Aichi Sakimi Cultural Troupe representing the Sumi Nagas in Nagaland with their performance of a folk song. At this moment, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite our chief guest, Shri Nalin S. Kohli, the advocate, our chief guest for the afternoon, Shri Yogendra Garg, IRS Chief Commissioner of Central GST and Customs, Guwahati Zone, to deliver his greeting message. Sir, you may kindly take the podium.
Namaskar. Good evening. What a splendid show. I'm really grateful to Honorable Minister for Tribal Affairs and Higher Education, Government of Nagaland, Mr. Tebjen Yamuna for inviting me and giving me this honor. In fact, when I was invited, I wasn't very sure what the Hornbill Festival is all about. And when I got reading, I realized that it's a great showcase of the traditions, the culture, of the different tribes of Nagaland. And as colorful and probably more colorful than the Indian Hornbill is. So tradition is important. Tradition is important because that provides continuity across generations. It allows cultures to share their heritage. And I'm really glad that such a great effort has been made by the Government of Nagaland to showcase the tradition of different tribes and showing their culture to not only within Nagaland but to tourists across. And I'm happy to note that this is the 23rd edition of the festival, which was started in 2000. Whenever the different cultures come together, they showcase the rich heritage and people are able to communicate their identity to others. So the festival actually exposes the culture and tradition of the ethnic people and establishes a very strong brand Nagaland. And I'm sure that the tourist inflow which happens due to Hornbill Festival must be really contributing greatly to the economy. And tourists getting an insight into different ethnic groups of Nagaland is going to foster understanding of the rich cultural heritage of the state. At the same time, the exposition of the arts and crafts, the food stalls, the herbal medicines, the entire cultural medley of the songs, dances, games, and the musical concerts show that it's such a great, rich show put together. And no wonder that Hornbill is so well celebrated. In fact, whosoever heard that we're going to Hornbill was really amazed and told us that you'll have a great time. It was good to watch the show put together by the Angami tribe, the Tulo game played by them, the Kuki, the Jackson tribe, the Naga tribe, Rengma, the Lotha cultural troupe, Pochury tribe, and the Sumi cultural troupe. It's so varied, so vibrant, colors and the entire environment here that which has really enthused us. And I'm once again very grateful to Government of Nagaland and the Minister for inviting me over, having me over and honoring me and my family. I'm sure the Hornbill Festival year after year is going to get stronger and establish a much stronger brand Nagaland. So wish my best wishes to the organizers, to the participants, and glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words of appreciation. And also, we would like to thank our chief guests, our honored guests, and our hosts for the afternoon session for being here and gracing this cultural show. With this, we come to the end of the cultural show for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here and joining us for the afternoon session. We shall continue this cultural show tomorrow since it's the last day. Cultural Troops Council, Morombara Najaina Rukibole, request Kuriase.
Cultural troops, Ajibi, Morombra, Ruki Tagibi. A request for all our tourist guests, esteemed visitors, photographers, kindly keep away from the performing arena. Cultural troops, Morombra Apnikan, Arena Bidode, Aijabi, performing Arena Bidode, Aijabi. Ladies and gentlemen, the cultural show has been brought to you by the Department of Art and Culture, Government of Nagaland.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch